Hello class. Till here we have completed a manual starting system used in case of the motorcycle. Now let's see how exactly power starting system work in case of the motorcycle, or we can say self-starting system of the motorcycle. Basically we know in case of the two-wheeler there are two type of self-starting system are present. One is the overrunning clutch type self-starting mechanism, and the second one is the free wheel drive type of self-starting mechanism. So let's see first one. On the slide you can see there are three images are appearing. One is the wire diagram of this first kind of self-starting system. Second is the internal construction of the second kind of self-starting motor, and exterior appearance of the first kind of self-starter motor. So through this appearance you can easily notice how exactly first kind of self-starter motor look like. Okay, so in the exam they may ask you draw a circuit diagram used for the overrunning clutch type of starting system. They may ask you what is the internal construction of the self-starter motor used in a first kind of starting system. Okay, so you may select one of these two. In case of the internal construction you may draw this thing. In case of the circuit diagram you may draw this one. So let's see one by one. Here in the circuit diagram you can see there is one power pack, or we can say battery is present. Okay, through this battery two broad gauge wire going to the self start motor. So this is red one known as a positive cable. This is a negative one is called as a black one is called as a negative cable or the ground cable. In some vehicle you may observe, or maximum vehicle you can observe, normally in case of the four-wheeler, this cable, negative cable, are connected to the flange of starter motor. Okay, directly flange of starter motor means through negative cable of battery two branches coming out. One get earth to the chassis, and second bigger branch are going to the starter motor flange. Okay, as shown in the image. Why it's so? Because if we are not having this thing, means as the branch are not going to the flange of the starter motor, and here only we are supposed to terminate our broad gauge negative cable to check ground ground earth here only. Then there is a this point to this point, flange point, there is a too much distance is there. It is no doubt this flange also connected to the chassis only, and this point is connected to the chassis. So through chassis these two end may communicate, but there is a too much distance, and if too much distance is between them, then too much resistance get offered. So whatever the power given by battery to the starter motor have to face all those resistance, and then after reaches to starter motor. So basically in order to reduce the resistance offered to travel of the power in order to reach to starter motor, we have to use a direct connection going to the self starter motor. Okay, but in some motorcycle you may found this battery pack, negative terminal of battery pack is grounded to the chassis, and the flange of this starter motor, that is body of the starter motor, is grounded directly, because distance between this negative terminal battery negative terminal of battery pack or location and the flange location of the starter motor is not at so far as compared to the car. Okay, so in the diagram it is shown like that, broad gauge cable coming from the negative terminal are directly touches to the, or directly connected to the starter motor flange. Okay, it may be there, it may not be there, but thing is that if distance between power pack and the starter motor is too much, in that case we have to use a direct big cable going to the starter motor flange or the body in order to provide a negative supply, or in order to ground there, as reduce the internal resistance of the chassis. Okay, now here another cable, that is nothing but the positive cable, which is not directly entered the starter motor. It is entered into the box which is shown above the starter motor. This box is called as a solenoid. Okay, we know the function of the solenoid. Okay, this how exactly solenoid look like? It is look like this one is the solenoid which is seated above the motor. So here these positive terminals are connected to the solenoid. Okay, afterwards there is a 2 points in the solenoid. This is one point which is connected to this, and this is a another point going inside the starter motor, and this is the open switch. Now this is a open switch. There is a very small cable, gauge cable are going to the relay. There is a relay. Okay, inside the relay, okay, there is again same construction like this. So I just have magnified this thing here. So imagine this wire is this one, and this is your switch which is normally open. Okay, and this is our winding. This is a winding. Okay, this is a winding, and this edge is nothing but the this one, which is going inside to the ignition switch. Again here you can see there is a open switch which is going to the fuse, which is going to the battery via fuse. So this is ignition switch, is nothing but the where you are locating your vehicle key or turning it. Okay, so now consider this is your key. You make a turn of it. As soon as you are making a turn, this open switch get closed. Now what is the whatever the power conveyed by battery pack, it start flowing through here. Okay, through here, but it will stop here. What is the basic need to flow that power further? That is, this open switch should be closed. Okay, this open switch should be closed. Close means close means this should be like this. This should be like this. But now it is, but as shown in figure, it is now open. So to close this switch, what need to be happen? This winding should be energized. To energize this winding, what should be happen? This neutral switch should be closed. Neutral switch means your vehicle should be at neutral position, or there is one more switch come into the picture, that is engine kill switch, which is also located somewhere here, that should be closed. When this two switch is closed and you apply or you turn the key, then you are making this switch also close. Then power from battery are traveling this way, as it winding is energized, this is get pulled downward direction, and relay is communicating, this thing is closed, power is flowing through this way. Okay, power entering here it's a solenoid same work like this relay. Here winding is there, winding is energized as power coming from the power battery pack, and this soft iron core get pulled down in this direction. This terminal get closed. Okay, now power communicating to the battery. through negative, circuit is completed, motor start to rotates. Okay, when motor start to rotates, as I told you, this is a power start system or the self start system. It is responsible to make a rotation of magneto, as I told you previously, that is left side of housing. It is assembled at the left side of housing. It responsible to make a rotation of our what, our magneto or magnet, and magnet is directly mounted on the crankshaft, so it's supposed to rotate. When it rotates, initial cycles of the engine take place. Okay, so in this way our system supposed to work. Now vehicle it starts, whenever your vehicle get starts, okay, and you supposed to open, or whenever your vehicle supposed to start, you supposed to release a starter, you're supposed to release a self start button, okay, which may say located here. Okay, that time whatever the power coming from the positive terminal of the battery get terminate here. As power terminate here, this winding get de-energized, and the system again get open, so there is a no connection or take place. So again our starting system get stopped as our vehicle is started. Okay, so till here we have seen how exactly wiring diagram of power start system or self start system of first kind works. Okay, so still if you feel any difficulty to understand this concept, ask me on Google Classroom. We will see the internal construction of the first kind of overrunning clutch in a next video. Thank you.